What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Fact Sharing TV, and tonight I'm gonna give you guys my WWE Raw review on how. So, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts about Raw. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's talk about Raw. Now, Monday Night Raw was a garbage show. It was garbage. The third hour was garbage. The Royal Rumble Go Home edition of WWE Raw up on the USA Network live from Huntington Center and Toledo, Ohio, as Jimmy Smith welcomes us. He joined at ringside by Baron Saxton. Corey Graves is in the ring. We go right to the ring for the opening segment as Adam Pearce welcomes us to the weigh-in for the WWE title match at the Royal Rumble. Corey Graves is standing with Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce introduced Bobby Lashley first, and out he comes with MVP. The power goes off, and we see footage of Lashley training for the match on Saturday. Lashley posts in the corner as power goes off. Corey Graves goes to introduce the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, but Paul Heyman interrupts, making his way to the stage. Heyman is so tired of everyone stealing his, stealing his, you know what, especially when they can't do it half as good as he does. Paul Heyman goes on with a grand introduction for Brock Lesnar, and out he comes to a pop. Lesnar tips his cowboy hat to the crowd, hands the title to Heyman. Then he heads to the ring as the power goes off. Corey Graves is unsure if Lesnar is wearing appropriate attire for a weigh-in. Lesnar asks Corey Graves if he wants him to get naked, then says, "Let's just carry on with the weigh-in." Corey Graves asks Lashley to step on the scale first. Fans start booing Lashley, weighing in at 273 pounds. MVP says that's 273 pounds. I said 700, my fault. I botched that. It's 273 pounds of almighty killing machine, closer to the god than a man with 273 pounds of following Lightning. Lesnar will have to deal at the Rumble. MVP goes on hyping Lashley up. Corey Graves asks Brock Lesnar to stop on the scale next and encourage him to remove some of his clothing. Lesnar gives Heyman his cowboy hat, but that's it. Lesnar weighs in 286 pounds. Lashley says this is pissing him off. Lesnar thinks this is funny. Lashley says Lesnar is acting like a fool because he knows Lashley will beat him for the WWE title. Lashley says this will be the shortest title run of Lesnar's entire career. And that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. Brock Lesnar asks who's the comedian now. Lesnar taunts Lashley and drops the mic, then exits the ring and his music starts up. Lashley and MVP look on as Lesnar and Paul Heyman head to the back. We see how Bianca Belair won the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble, then defeated Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37. So we get Bianca Belair versus the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Queen Selena Vega. We go right back to the ring, and out comes Bianca Belair swinging her hair around. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and the announcer hypes up tonight's Raw lineup. Bianca Belair wraps up her entrance as WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Queen Selena Vega makes her way out by herself. We get a pre-recorded video with Vega talking about how she will win the Royal Rumble, and that and then again at WrestleMania. Selena Vega is not winning the Women's Royal Rumble. The bell rings and they go at it. Belair screws Vega and simply places her on the apron to show her strength and blows a kiss at her to taunt her. Bianca Belair ragdolls Vega back into the ring and slams her. Bianca Belair keeps control and nails a dropkick, then a kip up in the middle of the ring. Queen Selena Vega counters a suplex with a big stunner in the middle of the ring. Vega works on Belair over in the corner now. Vega with a running knee to the face. Vega bows to the crowd, but they boo her. They tangle and Vega sends her into the turnbuckles. More back and forth now. Bianca Belair presses Vega high in the air from the top, and then bumps her to the middle of the ring. But Queen Selena Vega slides down and miles her from behind. Queen Selena Vega has Bianca Belair down on her back with a hold applied. Fans rally for Bianca Belair, and she slams Vega back into the corner. Then slams her. Bianca Belair mounts more offense now. Then nails another kip up for a pop. Bianca Belair with a suplex into another suplex. Then a kip up. Bianca Belair goes on but missed the moonsault as Queen Selena Queen Selena Vega gets her knees up. Queen Selena Vega looks to capitalize with the code red now. Bianca Belair blocks the code red and goes right into the kiss of death for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Bianca Belair. After the match, Bianca Belair stands tall and celebrates as her music hits and we get replays. Queen Selena Vega is shown down trying to recover at ringside. We see how Kevin Owens defeat the WWE United States Champion Damian Priest in his first pinfall loss last week. Kevin Owens is backstage with Kevin Patrick now. Kevin Owens is insulted by Patrick saying he faked an injury last week. Kevin Owens says he just keep fighting through the pain, and now he gets a title match because of that, and he will do the same tonight until his United States champion Kevin Owens walks off. So we get the WWE United States title match: Kevin Owens versus Damian Priest. Okay, we go back to the ring, and our first comes the WWE United States Champion Damian Priest. Damian Priest enters the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, we get a formal ring introduction from Mike Rome. The bell rings and Damian Priest immediately blocks a stunner, taking it to the corner. Kevin Owens unloads with strikes and chops. Damian Priest turns it back around and with big rights and lefts. Kevin Owens goes for the leg, but Damian Priest rocks him and fights out of the corner. Kevin Owens gets the upper hand and drops Damian Priest and nails a senton and elbow drop. Kevin Owens goes on, but Damian Priest blocks a corner cannonball. Kevin Owens escapes a chokeslam attempt, but Damian Priest rocks him and sends him to the floor for a breather. Damian Priest runs the ropes but puts the brakes on as Kevin Owens goes to the floor for a breather. Damian Priest keeps control, but Kevin Owens super kicks him on the apron, sending him back to the floor. Kevin Owens goes for a big cannonball from the apron to the floor, but Priest gets his knees up, and Kevin Owens lands bad. Damian Priest then drops Kevin Owens hard over the edge of the apron and stands tall at ringside as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Kevin Owens avoids a broken arrow. Damian Priest levels Kevin Owens for a close two count. Damian Priest takes Kevin Owens to the top turnbuckle and rocks him with a right hand. Kevin Owens fights back and delivers a big headbutt to knock Damian Priest down. Kevin Owens with a big tornado DDT. Kevin Owens goes back to the top for the fall splash, but Damian Priest kicks out just in time, and Kevin Owens can't believe it. Damian Priest blocks a pop-up powerbomb and then nails a big boot. Damian Priest goes on, but Kevin Owens kicks out just in time. Damian Priest shows some frustration now. Kevin Owens sells an arm injury, but Damian Priest isn't buying it. Damian Priest attacks Kevin Owens and ignores the referee, but fans boo him. Kevin Owens rolls to the apron and drops Damian Priest over the top rope, then rolls him with a handful of tights for a close two count. Damian Priest blocks a stunner and drops Kevin Owens. Damian Priest has snapped now. Damian Priest unloads with kicks in the corner as the referee warns him. Damian Priest backs off, but attacks again. Damian Priest keeps pounding on Kevin Owens until the referee calls the match. The winner by disqualification, Kevin Owens. After the bell, fans continue booing Damian Priest. Kevin Owens is announced as the winner, but Damian Priest retains the United States champion. Damian Priest rushed out of the ring to the back as the referee checks on Kevin Owens at ringside. We see how Nikki ASH attacked Rhea Ripley last week. We get pre-recorded backstage promo with Rhea Ripley, the WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke and Liv Morgan talking about how they will win at the Royal Rumble. The final two will be at the Royal Rumble: Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. And I already said in my WWE Royal Rumble preview prediction, that Alexa Bliss is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble to go after Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Champion. All right, that just nothing but facts. If you guys want to check out my WWE Royal Rumble preview and predictions, go watch that right now. It's up running on the channel. All right, Rhea Ripley, WWE 24/7 champion Brooke, Dana Brooke and Liv Morgan versus WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Carmella, Tamina Snuka, and Nikki ASH. I did not really care about this match. We go back to the ring, and out comes Rhea Ripley to a pop. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and Rhea Ripley waits in the ring as the WWE 24/7 champion Dana Brooke comes to the ring. Jimmy says 24/7 rules are suspended in this match. Liv Morgan's out next. We see Sonya Deville backstage yelling at WWE United States Champion Damian Priest, telling him to get his emotions under control while in matches or face the consequences. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Carmella is out next to the ring and first for her team, followed by Tamina Snuka. Nikki ASH joins them and they head to the ring together. We get a pre-recorded backstage promo with Carmella, and Nikki ASH talking about how they will win the Royal Rumble on Saturday. They're not winning the Royal Rumble this Saturday. It's Alexa Bliss, and that's my pick right there. I'm sticking with Alexa Bliss winning the Women's Royal Rumble this year. Watch, I tell you, I'm calling it right down the middle. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. Dana Brooke and Tamina Snuka go at it to start. Tamina drops her with an elbow with ease and shows off some. Tamina ragdolls Dana Brooke on the mat, now grounding her. Dana Brooke fights up and out, but Dana Brooke counters attacks in Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley drop kicks Tamina and knocks the others off the apron. Tamina and Ripley go at it again with Ray Ripley nailing a big clothesline and another right hand. Ripley with a basement drop kick to Tamina. Ripley with a spin kick and a Northern Lights suplex, but Carmella breaks the pin up. Liv and the others get involved for a few seconds. Carmella tags Carmella tags in now and slaps around Rhea Ripley, then yells in her face. Ripley ragdolls Carmella into the prim trap submission, and Carmella taps out. The winner of the match, Rhea Ripley, Dana Brooke, and Liv Morgan. After the match is standing After the match, Rhea Ripley is standing tall and celebrating when Nikki ASH hits the ring and drops her with a cheap shot. Nikki runs away while Ripley stares her down. We see what happened between RK Bro and Alpha Academy last week. We go back to the ring for the Academy ac- ac- Atom- Academic Challenge between Raw Tag Team Champions Alpha the Academy and RK Bro. Chad Gable and Otis head to the ring for a spelling bee as we go back to commercial. This was terrible. Who wants a spelling bee in a real professional wrestling? That's just terrible. Back from the break, Kevin Patrick is hosting the uh, academic challenge with Otis and Gable. This will determine if Randy Orton and Riddle can get a rematch for the titles. Gable insults the crowd and gets a "You suck" chant. He also announced that he and Otis will be in the Men's Royal Rumble. Gable promised that one of them will win the Royal Rumble and headline WrestleMania. Patrick introduced Orton and Riddle now, and out they comes for a spelling bee. This was god awful. Patrick says the winner of this competition will get to pick the competition for next week. Otis is asked to spell mental first, and he does, but he actually missed the A in the word. Riddle spells calibration next. Gable gets delusional delusion Raw after passing on Patrick's pro, 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 provocation, provocation, whatever that is of the word. Orton tells Gable to take a seat. Orton spells dumbbell correctly next. Orton and Gable have words, and Orton threatens to hit him with the RKO. We go to commercial and as they prepare for a match. That segment right there, which is god awful. So we get the Raw Tag Team Champion Chad Gable versus Randy Orton. Um, okay. Back from the break, Chad Gable locks up Randy Orton into start as fans chant for Orton. Riddle and Otis look on from ringside. Back and forth to start. Orton mounts some offense, but Gable nails two arm drags and grounds Orton. Orton gets free and blocks an arm drag, but Gable then blocks the RKO. Gable retreats to the floor and regroups with Otis. Gable returns to the ring and Orton goes to work on his arm. Gable takes Orton down to the mat and sends him retreating to the floor now. Gable taunts Orton from the ring as the referee counts. Orton returns to the ring and Gable beats him into the corner. Randy Orton turns it around and nails an uppercut in the corner. Randy Orton levels Gable with a back elbow, sending him back to the floor for another breather. Randy Orton follows and slams Gable on top of the announcer table. Orton rolls Gable back in, but has to turn around and knocks Otis off the apron. Gable takes advantage and takes Orton down with the chop block. Gable goes to the top for a moonsault, nailing it on Randy Orton for a two count. Gable can't believe it as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, and Gable is focusing on Randy Orton's knee now. Orton comes out of the clothesline with a big clothesline. Randy Orton mounts some of his signature offense now. Orton with a corner clothesline. Gable counters a move, but Randy Orton hits a backbreaker on in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton goes for the second rope draping DDT, and he nails it. Randy Orton shows to capitalize as fans to try to rally Randy Orton. Randy Orton drops for the RKO. Riddle runs over to stop Otis from interfering, but Otis launches him on the floor. Gable backslides Orton for a two count. Randy Orton comes back with a power slam to Gable, but Orton can make the pin to capitalize. Randy Orton backs up and reads for a punt kick, but Gable dodged it and applies the ankle lock to the in the middle of the ring. Riddle grabs his scooter and smacks Otis in the back with the to distract Gable. Randy Orton managed to break out of the ankle lock and then drops Gable with the RKO for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Randy Orton. After the match, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle celebrates as we go to replay. Riddle takes the mic and says next week's challenge will be a trip back to the gym class for an old fashioned scooter race. That's gonna be terrible next week. I'm just saying it right now. The announcers promote Bad Bunny's upcoming tour. We get a look back at last week's therapy session with Alexa Bliss. Her journey back to Raw will continue tonight. Back to commercial. Man, this segment right here did not mean anything to me. Back from the break, and Alexa Bliss is with her therapist again. The man says he thinks Alexa Bliss is actually making progress. He asks a personal question. When was the first time you ever met Lily? Alexa Bliss goes on about how Lily has always been in her life, going back to when she was 6 years old and was bullied on the playground by two teenage girls. She was pushed off the monkey bars, hit her head, and went unconscious. When she came to, Lily was there. They started hanging out that day, getting candy and ice cream. Elizabeth keeps rambling about eating candy with Lily, and the segment ends. That segment was so freaking god awful. This segment didn't mean nothing. The announcers show us how Austin Theory defeat Finn Balor last week. We see footage of Austin Theory in the office of the WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon early today. Vince comment on how Theory is feeling with what happened of as of late. He also comment on Theory's selfies. Theory says it felt pretty good to destroy Balor just like Vince asked. Theory says he's going to win the Royal Rumble and then challenge the champion of his choosing at WrestleMania. Vince says that's amazing. Theory hints at Vince possibly giving him a later number in the Rumble. Vince asks why would Theory think he has any kind of influence over the Royal Rumble entry number. Vince says now Theory should be just concerned about tonight's opponent, AJ Styles. Theory asks if that's the same AJ that held numerous titles and is a first ball Hall of Fame. Vince agrees with the future Hall of Fame introduction as and says that's the AJ. Theory is ready for AJ Styles as he gets up to leave. Vince says Theory forgot his phone. He hands the phone over and says Theory better bring back a very good selfie. Austin Theory heads out. Now, Showstopper TV said this himself. What if Vince McMahon helps Austin Theory win the Royal Rumble? I'm gonna be the first one to say I did not see that coming. That's all I gotta say. So we get AJ Styles versus Austin Theory. This was a good match. This was the match of the night right here. We go back to the ring and out first comes AJ Styles to a pop. Back to the commercial. Back from the break, and we get another coming soon for Veer. Ben, ben, Vintage for Veer. Mahan. AJ Styles wraps up his entrance in the ring as we see how WWE NXT Grayson Waller attacks AJ during his match with Austin Theory. 3 weeks ago, Austin Theory makes his way to the ring now. Theory poses in the corner as AJ looks on. Theory takes a pre-match selfie or two. The bell rings and Austin Theory backs AJ into the corner but backs off and taunts him. They lock up and AJ takes it to the corner now. Austin 3 backs off and flex to taunt AJ again. They lock back up and AJ applies a headlock. AJ Styles keeps the headlock applied. They go at it and AJ rolls Austin 3 up for a 2 count. AJ with another pin attempt and another. AJ Styles rocks Austin 3 with a dropkick to send him to the floor. AJ Styles launches himself over the top rope with a crossbody, taking it Austin Theory down onto the floor for a pop. AJ Styles brings it back into the ring and works Austin Theory over in the corner. AJ Styles catches a kick, but Austin Theory nails a big left hand. Austin Theory ends up circling AJ into the corner and then sends him face first into the turnbuckles. Austin Theory works over AJ Styles on the mat now. They scoop then scoops him for a quick brainbuster for a 2 count with his feet under the ropes. AJ turns it back around in the corner and chops away. AJ kicks Theory and drops a knee into his forehead for a 2 count. AJ with a snap suplex for another 2 count. Austin Theory counters and drops AJ over the top rope. Austin Theory stops to keep AJ Styles down now. Austin Theory launches AJ's sternum first into the turnbuckle and he hits hard. Austin Theory mounts AJ with hammer fist as the referee backs him away. Austin Theory keeps AJ down with a boot as the referee yells at him. AJ comes right back with a big forearm. Austin Theory counters a suplex and launches AJ to the mat. Austin Theory takes AJ to the top for a superplex. AJ Styles fights back from up high, sending Austin Theory to the mat. Austin Theory then leaps up and nails a dropkick turn it back around as we go to commercial. Back from the break as back from the break and they going at it. Austin 3 with a big backbreaker in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. AJ Styles with big right hands now. Austin Theory connects with a big backdrop for a 2 count. Austin Theory stands tall as talks some trash taunting AJ Styles. Austin Theory takes AJ down and stomps on him. Austin Theory talks some more trash in AJ Styles' face, but miss a big elbow. Dropping AJ moves, AJ fights back and nails the moonsault into a inverted DDT from the corner. AJ with a clothesline. Austin Theory kicks him, but AJ keeps fighting and levels him. AJ Styles with a big suplex into a neck breaker, then the sliding forearm, but Austin Theory still kicks out at 2. Austin Theory slides off AJ's shoulders and rocks him with elbows, and then belly to back suplex for a close to count. Close to count. Austin Theory shows some frustrations now. Austin Theory stalls some and AJ hits a jawbreaker. Austin Theory comes back with a big rolling blockbuster from the corner. AJ Styles still kicks out at 2. Austin Theory with strikes and trash talking in the corner. Austin Theory takes AJ to the top for a superplex, but AJ Styles slides down and sends him into the turnbuckles. Austin Theory still nails an elbow. They tangle some, and AJ hits the Pele kick to drop Austin Theory. Austin Theory blocks the Style Clash, but AJ blocks the ATL. AJ goes into the calf crusher, but Austin Theory gets the bottom rope to break the hold. Austin Theory blocks a kick and mushes AJ in the face. AJ springboards up for the phenomenal form, but Austin Theory pushes the ropes and AJ goes down. Austin Theory covers but puts his feet on the ropes and the referee stops him. Austin Theory argues with the referee now. AJ kicks the kicks Austin Theory and this time nails the phenomenal form for the pin to win. The winner of the match, AJ Styles. This was the match on the night right here. This match was fantastic. After the match, AJ Styles stands tall as the music hits. We go to replay. Austin Theory shows some frustration as he recovers. We see Doudrop and the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch getting ready for an interview. The announcers send us to a trailer for the WWE 2K22 video game. I am so excited to get WWE 2K22, but I'm getting the NWO edition for PS5. Just want to let y'all know that, and I will be streaming that on Twitch just to give you guys some gameplay. Just want to just announce that. Back from the break, a rapper Logic is thanked for providing Ballin as the Royal Rumble theme song. The announcers hyped the Raw Women's title match at the pay-per-view. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Doudrop joins us for a split-screen interview. Then things get heated and Doudrop suddenly enters the room where Becky Lynch is ranting from. A brawl breaks out of office quickly separating them. We see what happened between the Street Profits and the Mysterios last week after their 8-man tag match with Mysterio dumping the others over the top rope. Sarah Screamer is backstage with Ray and Dominic Mysterio now. Ray talks about what an honor it is to be a WWE 2K22 cover superstar. That should have been Roman Reigns right there to be on the cover. Like, don't get me wrong, the blood. On top of that, the bloodline should be on the cover of WWE 2K22. Roman Reigns and the Usos. That's nothing but facts. Um, Rey Mysterio Rey Mysterio says it will make him proud to see his son on the cover one day. Dominic says to achieve that he needs to um see cement his legacy, and that begins this weekend when he wins the Royal Rumble. Ray and Dominic joking around about eliminating each other. All right, so we get a tag team match: the Street Profits versus the Mysterios. This tag team match was boring. We go back to the ring, and out comes the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. The Red Solo Cups fall as they head to the ring together. Back to commercial. After some technical difficulties, the feed comes back to Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio getting the win. The winner of the match, the Mysterios. After the match, the Mysterios are left standing tall in the ring. Dominic tries to dump his dad over the top rope, but Ray sends his son to the floor. Ford dumps Ray over the top rope, and Dawkins dumps Ford over the top rope. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode suddenly hit the ring and toss Dawkins out. Ziggler and Roode celebrate, and now fans boo them. The Mysterios hit the ring, and a brawl breaks out now. The Mysterios and the Street Profits team up to dump the Dirty Dogs out of the ring. The Mysterios and the Street Profits stare each other down to end the segment. Seth Rollins is backstage with Kevin Patrick. Back to commercial. We get a SmackDown rebound video looking back at what happened with Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and the Bloodline last Friday. Seth Rollins is backstage with Kevin Patrick now. Seth Rollins likes his odd for his match against the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns because he's beaten him before and this is one on one. Seth Rollins says Roman Reigns knows his number and that Rollins is the only one who can put Roman Reigns in his place. Seth Rollins says he will be making one more trip to SmackDown this Friday to deliver his message in person. The announcers go over the Royal Rumble card for Saturday. We go back to the ring for tonight's main event segment as The Miz comes out to host a big birthday celebration for Maurice, who turned 39 years old this past Friday. There is a table with presents and cake set up in the ring, along with several photos on display. There is also a very large gift box that looks like it might be used to hide a person or two along with another photo or display, but the photo is covered for now. The Miz is all smiles as he checks everything out, and we go to commercial. Back from the break, they announced for tonight's Raw Talk is WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. We go back to the ring, and the Miz is surrounded by his birthday decorations and gifts. The announcers hyped the Miz and Maurice versus WWE Hall of Famers Edge and Beth Phoenix for the Royal Rumble. That's the only that's the only mixed tag team match I will not be carrying at the Royal Rumble. I don't care about the match at the Royal Rumble. A mixed tag team match. I'm not going to care about that. But anyway, I just had to put that out there. That just facts by itself. The Miz welcomes us to Maurice's birthday extra bag Zara tonight as we celebrate his wife celebrate wife Saturday. We celebrate the It couple defeating the Grit couple. Miz gives a grand introduction for his wife, and now she comes. Maurice heads to the ring, and we see how things is surrounded by security now. Miz calls for a drum roll, and Maurice reveals the first gift is cover photo. It's a painting of the it couple. Maurice talks about how she made him feel more special than ever. Miz mentions how he paid top dollar for securing security to make sure his birthday bash isn't crashed. Miz hands Maurice a smaller gift and it's a purse covered in stones and it says no limit because there are no limits in their love. Maurice wants to hug gold gifts now. Miz says he didn't get her that gift. He thought that was something she got for him. Miz is paranoid now. He calls security to come into the ring and open the gift. There is a brick sitting on a table inside the big gold gift. Why would a brick is inside a big gift? And why is the brick inside of a gold box anyway? There is a brick sitting on a table inside the big gold gift, and the same brick Maurice had in her purse when she hit Beth Phoenix last week. Miz laughs and brags and shows us a replay of what happened last week. Fans boo. Miz says it's time for everyone to stand up and sing happy birthday at the top of their lungs. Miz counts down to three, but has to stop and yells at the crowd to stop booing and participate. He continues. He counts again, and this time he starts singing along with the music, and it's really bad. The music of Ash interrupts and the crowd pops. Ash says that this security won't help Miz on Saturday because he has pissed off Ready R Superstar and they piss off Glamazon. And they come into the ring to show why that's bad for Miz and Maurice. They rush they rush the ring and start taking out security guards, tossing them into the ring post and still ring steps. Edge and Beth Phoenix rushed the ring, destroying the birthday items and taking out security guards with slam spears and even a 3D. Miz and Maurice sing and yell from ringside. Edge powerbombs a security guard through the cake on the table. Edge and Beth Phoenix pose in the ring as Miz and Maurice look on from ringside. Edge and Beth Phoenix tease an attack as the final Raw before the Royal Rumble goes off the air. Throughout this was the worst segment of the night. Edge was trolling every single one of us. The WWE Universe was calling out Edge, and Edge was trolling us throughout the entire time. But that's all I gotta say from here. Monday Night Raw was a god awful show. It was just garbage. The only thing I enjoyed tonight was Austin Theory versus AJ Styles. That's the only thing I enjoyed tonight. But the show was garbage. I'm giving this show a 1 out of 10. I'm giving it a F minus. A F minus. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review and highlights, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below in the comment section what are your thoughts on Monday Night Raw tonight? Because the show was garbage. I give it a 1 out of 10. But anyway, follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I'll see you guys later. This your boy B Boy Faction on TV, and I'm out of here.